Does this sound like your life? Scattered, jumping between tasks but never finishing. Saying yes when you want to say no. Avoiding hard conversations and holding it all in. It's time to stop overcomplicating life and turning it into your advantage. Experience T Now, a monthly membership designed to help parents, professionals, and dreamers like you conquer self-sabotage and thrive. Save your spot today. Get early access, a special gift, and start transforming your life. Because no one needs to go it alone when we all come together.
Hey friends, I'm Bear E, and I'm cooking up something special because chili tastes better when it helps others. Join me and my great friends at Community Pay It Forward in Key Largo Lounge on November 2nd, 2025 at 11 a.m. Mountain Standard for the 2025 Chili Cook-Off for books and board games. 3621 West 10th Street, Greeley, Colorado. This winter, we're collecting books and board games for kids who need a little extra warmth and joy. And reading to kids has always been a great source of comfort. Join us at the Chili Cook-Off. Bring your best recipe, your biggest heart, and a donation of books or games. Good food, great fun, and a football game on the screen. It's a win-win for everyone. Thank you for helping us make a difference. Together, we're feeding hearts and minds.
Good Monday morning. Welcome to Footprints Forward. My name is Zach Clayton. I am the president and founder of Community Pay It Forward, Community Dare to Care, and the pACT channels. We have a wonderful, wonderful guest today. And this is a man who he has suffered loss, and he could have very easily went the other way in life. We do discuss it. And the simple truth is you have the power to choose whether you, and when I say this, I am not talking about this as an easy thing, because it is not. But you have the power to choose how to use a situation that you're in to build a better life, or you can let it drag you down. This is something that we've heard since we were kids. Look, truth is, when we're in the middle of that situation, let me do this. Maybe you guys can hear me now. Not that that's a big deal. When you're in the middle of a situation, it always feels so daunting, doesn't it? I mean, it truly does. It feels like there's just no way out of certain things. But as we've learned, it may take a while. It may take a long while. But there is ways to get out of different situations. You don't ever forget those challenges, and you shouldn't. You should utilize. You should build from those challenges and those situations. Frank talks today about losing his daughter. I've said this every time I talk to or talk about John Bogles. When he lost Bladen, Bladen was 3 years old. That's unimaginable to us as parents. Losing a child is just something that you wouldn't wish on people you dislike. Frank and John and others have stood up and they built to help others. And so that's what we're going to be talking to Frank about today. Generally on this day, we have the replay of the family networking, but due to a small turnout, and this was all my fault, I was very, very busy with my daughter's wedding, so I didn't share with you enough about family networking. So please make sure to mark your calendars for November 13th at 6 p.m. East for next month's family networking. We will get it started again. We'll get it going again. And I do apologize because 100% this is all on me. It is my fault that this one failed, but we will not be playing the replay. Now, I will tell you this, that we had Santa Papa John, Mr. Z, and Lynn, who joined us on that. And when we got into this conversation, I wish to God I would have hit record, because the conversation we had, while it wasn't planned, it was fantastic. And so I say this meaning and trying to prove a point, and you can see my tail wagging there. Apparently something thinks he needs to be taken over the show. But don't, just because things don't go your way all the time, you shouldn't change what you're doing. I should have recorded it because I think that there could have been a lot of value in that conversation. So please do join us next month on the 13th for Family Networking, 6 East. And if you have any questions, please contact us. You can support the pACT channel and support what we're doing. We do have a lot of things coming up very soon, and they're very large, like the 37 hours of the holiday show, The Miracle of the Holidays, which happens on December 25th. As soon as it turns December 25th in Christmas Islands, until it turns December 26th in Honolulu, Hawaii, we are going to be playing interviews and just recorded shows of people from around the world in different ethnicities, in different religions, different faiths, talking about holidays and what holidays mean to them, and family and love and sharing support. And we're doing this. We want you to join us. So please contact us immediately, record a message to people, and we will add it to the show. We've got 37 straight hours that we want to fill with positivity. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a world right now that is full of a bunch of garbage. Cleaned up my language. Filled with a bunch of garbage. Let's build something and share the shine. Share the sunshine within all of us to show the love that we've got for other humans. Prove to people that we can be nice to each other, because we all know we can. We haven't always hated everyone around us. So help us build the miracle of the holidays. I will have more information on this starting on Wednesday of this week for community impact. So please make sure that you join us then. But right now, this is a little video. This is an introduction to my guest tonight, Frank. And please, 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 as soon as I'm done with this, I'm going to go straight into our wonderful interview that I did with him. This is such a gracious man, and I invite you to watch this show. If you have any questions, please send me a direct message, and I will I'll either ask Frank the question or I will make an introduction to you, because you should meet the man. Please like, share, and subscribe to whatever. Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, LinkedIn, which is missing. We're on all of these platforms. Please give us a share. Please give us a like. Please give us a comment. Join us in helping to share our shine. We need to do this, folks, because this is so important. But I'd like to introduce you to a self-introduction to my friend, Frank.
Hello, and thank you for inquiring about me. I wanted to share with you a little bit about my journey and what has led me to where I am today, and why and how I think I can help you. In my lifetime, childhood neglect, and abandonment, low self-esteem, emotional immaturity, insecurity, fear and self-doubt. Despite all this, I was a very successful businessman, having owned two businesses, managed several real estate investments, and worked as a mortgage banker for over 35 years. By choosing to respond with positivity, I've learned to communicate better with my two wonderful children, my wife, and my relatives, and have taken steps to remove people from my life who do not allow me to grow. I've learned that when we stop pleasing some people in our lives, they're not pleased with us anymore. Knowing this has given me the freedom to look at myself, and all that I have been through. Knowing that I am good enough, have enough, and that is enough. By choosing not to allow the dysfunction I was brought up to define by being proud of who I am, and learning to love and care for myself, I'm able to help others pursue great transformations in their work life, home life, relationships, and businesses. I can help you to have a foundation that you can stand on, and create a future free from the weight of your past. Thank you very.
Hey, everyone. I met this gentleman through our great mutual friend, Mr. Z. I met him on a wonderful program where we get together as business people and talk to each other. And I think one of the coolest things about this program is it's not like other business places where everything is strictly business and da 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 da. You know, you actually get to know people. We get to talk every once in a while about how things are affecting us personally. And then Frank joined me on the family networking on the anniversary of my accident, the 11th year anniversary. And I learned some things about him that I'll be honest with you, I felt such a warmth and such an honest to God thankfulness that he joined us on that day, because it really, really makes you think about how much things that have gone in your life, things that have gone on in your life, things that have gone on in your life really there's two ways to look at it. You can either learn from it, build from it, and move on, never away from it, and allow yourself to learn from it, or you can let it kick you in the gut and you're just going to sit there and never let it go. Frank MonteForte, my friend, how are you doing?
I'm doing okay today, and I'm excited to do this interview with you too.
Well, I've been excited to do this for a while. We've been talking about you and I getting together to do this for a little while now. And like I said, we've been getting to know each other for a little while now. And again, whether you decide to tell your story or not, that is entirely up to you. But you went through something, Frank, that honestly, I say this every time I talk to my really good friend John Vogels. I consider you one of my personal heroes because what you went through, Frank, is something I'm not sure if I would be strong enough to do.
Okay.
And John lost his son to a drowning accident, and his son was 3 years old, and he built Martyred Angels.
Oh my God.
And he did exactly what I was just talking about in our intro, where there was time, he needed time, but he also needed that support, and he couldn't find that support. And instead of just sitting around and hemming and hawing and not doing anything about it, he created a system to where he could be that support. You've done the same with your coaching.
Yes. Yes.
You've really taken and you want to enlighten people. You want to coach people how to take control and help them move on, right?
Yes. Um, to expand on what you're saying, so briefly, I did lose my daughter. She was 43 years old. She was sick for 5 years, and she passed away 6 years ago. And through the um, the grief that you go through, um, and it just at this point in my life, it's part of who we are. My wife and I are.
Yeah.
We have two other children, but the coaching that I do helps people um, confront the pain that we have, which I've learned is normal. People die. You're not supposed to bury a child. You're supposed to bury your parents. And I hear that a number of times. I'm grateful to have people that reach out to me, even till today, because of what happened. And I have, just like everybody else does when they go through a lot of painful things, I have a group of friends of mine that we never realized, but we all lost children at different stages in our lives and in their lives, and different reasons. So the opportunity that I'm taking something bad and making something good out of it. And I have been doing this for almost 3 years now. So I have methods. I have a program that I can share with someone that needs to move forward with some sort of loss in their life. And it's not just about losing a child. I've had clients that lost a job,
Mm.
that lost a business, that is losing a relationship, or wants to start a new relationship, wants to start a new career. So I had told this to Zach about coaching helps you deal with going forward in your life new um, with a new way of life, or with putting some sad things behind you. I'm not working with people to analyze their past, but the coaching part is like you can use it as a stepping stone to create a new beginning. Um, and I've done it with even like with a couple of friends that I've had, um, that because of the way they lived and the way I lived and what I went through and what they've been through, caused, I don't want to say it was a rift, but caused like a bit of a detachment. And with coaching, I've learned to, you can still move forward, and you don't have to detached from someone with any anger or resentment or judgment. And coaching will allow you to go through life without carrying anything from your past. To just live in the present. Life is going to happen, and there's two things that I've learned I do not have to do anymore. I do not have to worry about yesterday, and I'm certainly not going to be concerned about tomorrow because the energy we have is what we have for the day. And I've taught myself, because before I started doing this, I was doing a lot of self-help work for about 15 years. I've took some college courses to hone the skill of life coaching. It's a broad brush, and I have on my card recovery and loss because those are the two main things that I feel I can be most helpful with. And when people call up and they're confident, they share with me that what they'd like to try to overcome. Sometimes it's neither one of those, but I can still help them with that. And it's up to the person that shares. And I try to make someone feel very comfortable, uh, very secure, and safe. That whatever is shared is solely between them and myself. So I don't know if I covered everything on that.
Yeah, yeah, you did a wonderful job. I've got a really really good friend who she's also in the coaching world when it comes to loss. And the one thing that she needs people to understand, and I think one of the things that is a huge misconception that people have, is that just because you're coaching something does not mean you are over it. You can't be over a lot of situations. And if you think that's the only way to heal, let me ask you, Frank, if you think the only way that you're ever going to get out of a situation is to become over it, are you setting yourself up for failure?
Yes, you are. Because what I've seen and what I've experienced is the coaching part allows you to not let what happened to you affect you anymore. It doesn't really go away. You carry it with you, but you can carry it with you where it's not affecting you. It's, like we all have been through things in our lives, like I look at my life as a recipe. Your life
Hmm.
is a recipe. We all have different ingredients, but the ingredients I use now and if you go to my website, I have a couple of videos about what I've been through in my life that does not affect me anymore. Growing up in a dysfunctional home, dealing with life situations the wrong way because I couldn't help somebody or teach somebody something that I had no knowledge of. And as a parent, sometimes parents, uh, don't have the knowledge of certain situations and they handle the wrong way. And that doesn't make them a bad person. But if you learn about, now to me, knowledge is power. And you sometimes getting uncomfortable, getting comfortable with uncomfortability allows you to grow and to put that stuff behind you, not let it affect how we go from the present moment forward. But you're right. You somebody that says, "Oh, I'm healed and it doesn't affect me anymore." You can't have happiness without sadness. You can't
Right.
have there's another one too. I'm not sure what it is. I am sure, but I'm just getting a little. Uh, I'm I'm just appreciating this interview. I really am. You have no idea.
That's if anybody comes to you and they said that, I'm completely over a situation. For example, if I were to come up to you and I would say, I am completely over my motorcycle accident. Okay,
Hmm.
I I have accepted what happened in my motorcycle accident. If I tell
Hmm.
you I'm completely over everything that happened, that's a telltale sign that I'm hiding things.
Correct.
And I could even be hiding them from me, because if I've talked
Yep.
myself into believing that, then
That's right.
there are probably some pretty big problems that are going to pop its ugly head sometime sooner or later.
Yes, yes. But you just saying what you said, um, that accident that you had, you carry that with you all the time. And I
Mhm.
am sure that you can go through a day, a week, a month where it's popping in and out of your head going, I remember this because of this, or I can't do this because of that. Um, and I'm 73 and a half years old and I had a hip. So where I'm going with this is uh, we change and we grow. And your life experience that you're looking at, realizing, and being aware of is allowing you to be a better person today. I mean, that's. I'm not trying to tell you what you should or should do, but that's how I look at someone like yourself with what you do to help people. Is you're taking something bad and turn it into something good. It's called an accident. You didn't plan to do it. You didn't. It's like even when my daughter passed away. It's even though she was sick for all those years and we knew what was going to happen. When it happens, it's terrible. And I've had friends that have lost, like your friend, 3-year-old kid drowned.
Yeah.
Yesterday he was fine. Today's like they're ripped out of their life. My daughter wasn't ripped out. We saw her and we knew what
Hmm.
was going to happen. My wife has had experience with her family with cancer, so it's a whole roller coaster of emotions going up and down. That again, I learned you have to go through that roller coaster to get to make peace with it. And peace is
Yeah.
even the wrong word. It's just to accept this is what happened to me in my life. So it's
Life is not full of uh cotton candy and games. So,
no, no, no.
everyone's life, you get thrown these challenges. How important, Frank, and I say this all the time, so I really want to get this from another point of view here. How important is it when we approach somebody and we're trying to talk to somebody, whether it be in a coaching situation or just listening to someone?
Right.
How important is it to never say the words, I know exactly what you're going through?
That's really important because none of us know that.
Yeah.
Uh, you know, I'm glad you brought that point up because life is not perfect. And if someone is trying to be perfect in life, that is the worst form of self-abuse that people don't realize. Um, to go repeat that question again, please. About
How important is it to never say the words, I know exactly what you're talking about?
okay. Um, None of us like, and it's a thing that I grew up with. It was a defensive mechanism that I grew up with, thinking that I know everything and I knew what was in someone's head. I would be able to finish what they were saying and have the answer for what they should do. And and that is a character trait that people carry with them. It's a defense mechanism. So you really can't be honest with yourself because you don't know how to be. So you put that, like you're ready to push back before you get pushed on.
Hmm.
And nobody knows what's in that. And I've had conversations with my son with the relationship with his wife. And I told him one day, I said, you can't expect her to know what you're thinking. The same way you don't know what she's thinking. And that's okay. And that's why you communicate so you can have a better relationship. So it's that's the other thing that I don't do anymore is I never have a conversation with someone and give anybody what I uh, what I think is like good advice, because unsolicited advice is really criticism, and we don't realize that we're doing that. And I never use the word should. You should never tell anybody you should, you should, you should.
Yeah.
It's called no shoulding.
No,
It's really
I like that. I like that. Yeah, I've been on this. I've been on this campaign to try to get people to understand. You know, just because I can talk to somebody about the head injury I've got, I can tell them, look, this is what I went through, and this is what I've tried. This is what has worked for me. This is what has not worked for me. But that
Mhm.
doesn't mean it's not going to work for you.
Correct.
You yourself need to experience it, because where I'm a THC guy, you may be a group therapy guy. You may be
Hmm.
a call up Frank for coaching guy, and
Hmm.
or gal, and there's nothing wrong with any of that.
No,
You've got to find you every single one of us. One of the best things about a coach is you're not stuck into one thing, because Frank, your job is not to tell somebody what's wrong with them, right?
no. But what I'm trying to do is when they're speaking to me, like you just said, when they're speaking to me, uh, sharing with me what they'd like to improve in their life, 9 times out of 10, they're telling me what they feel that's wrong with them,
Mhm.
whether it's with them personally or with it's in a relationship with someone or it's work related. Um, and that takes a lot of courage and the willingness to want to move forward with your life, to like everything you just said about yourself. You're on a you're in a different place than you were prior to having your accident.
Oh yeah.
I'm in a different place prior to my daughter being alive. Not realizing that what was going to happen to me when that happened, but I allowed myself to go through whatever I was supposed to go through with no anger. Because, and I say that because my wife still has some anger. I don't. And we communicate much better. Uh, and I've said to her, I said, this is your choice. And the other thing I've learned is people are allowed to feel what they want to feel and how they want to deal with how they want to feel. If it's hurting them, or if they feel it's doing something that, because one of the things I learned about dealing with emotions in life, if they are not dealt with, they do stay inside of you. And they do, there's a word, the word is disease. If you break it in half, it's dis-ease. It means you're not so easy with yourself. So I I'm grateful I am where I am in my life. And I can understand when someone speaks to me what I think they are looking to achieve, So
Frank, in a situation like yourself and your wife, can you truly be okay with yourself if you're not accepting if you're not accepting of the way that other people feel?
no, you can't.
And
You have to be okay with whatever happens.
right, yeah, and that's kind of what I was getting across. You cannot expect other people to be you can't be good yourself if you're expecting everybody else around you to be good with, you have to just you have to be understanding that other people are going to deal with things differently, right?
Correct. Correct. One of the character, I want to say defects or effects that I have myself that I've learned is to accept people where they are,
Mm-hmm.
um, and being open-minded, open-hearted, to you use the word to listen to them, um, and let them just be who they want to be. It's like coaching is one thing, but when you go out in my daily life, and I go out like I'm going to my granddaughter's soccer game later this afternoon, um, I'm going to see my son-in-law, I'm going to see other people and stuff. And sometimes you see like an angry person, or you can see that they're not comfortable or whatever. And that's okay. I can't, I accept, I accept people the way they are, and where they are. And I don't have any kind of judgment. That's, I think I'm overdoing myself with the
No,
judgment
no,
stuff.
actually you're not. And I think that I think that what you just said, Frank, in all honesty, I think what you just said was a key to how, if we want to be good ourselves in society today, we need to listen to what you just said there. Because we cannot worry about what makes someone else whole. We got to worry about what makes us whole.
That's right.
Okay. We got to worry about who we are in all levels of who
Yes.
we are.
Yep.
And we cannot worry about what someone else thinks or needs or wants or does. We have to worry about what is good for, you know, as stingy as this might sound sometimes, me, myself, and I, because I cannot be complete and I cannot complete the people around me if I'm letting other people take effect on my life. If I'm
Correct.
letting their if I'm trying to pull in their baggage into my system, I'm never
That's
going to
right.
be complete myself.
That's right. No, you're 100% right. There is one word that you can change, and it's helped me a lot. I don't worry about anything anymore. Uh, I'm concerned about a lot of things in life, but worrying doesn't accomplish anything.
No, no.
But I can be concerned about, you're having a great day today. I'm having a great day today. If I worry about tomorrow, I'm just wasting my energy today. So it's little things in life, and it's got to do also with aging. Uh, as you get older, some of the things that were important aren't important anymore,
Yeah.
because you see, especially what you've been through. Like, someone that's healthy and complains about everything that's going on in their life. It's like, do you realize that you're healthy?
That or what's even, what I find even more ironic is somebody who sits around and they don't do a whole lot, but they complain about everything in their life. And it's like, do
Yes.
something.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a lot of
Try
people like
try
that.
to do something. Flapping your gums all the time is never going to fix your situation. You
Yeah.
have to get out and you have to do something about it. You truly do. One of the you talk about words that like worry. My word that I really really struggled to get over, and for the longest time, but since it's no longer in my lexicon, my life has been better. And that's, I think. I think. I think I want to quit smoking. Nuh-uh, no, I'm done smoking. And then I quit smoking. 17 years ago, I was done smoking. It's not, I think I'm
Mhm.
going to quit smoking. I am done. I'm not doing this anymore. It's not giving me what I need. It's
Mhm.
not good
Mhm.
for me. I'm done with it. Because if I use the words I think, I have that built in out.
Yeah.
And
Yeah. You're
that's the
right.
way I see it.
That's
I
right.
think
That's
I'm
right.
going to quit drinking. No,
Yeah.
I'm going to quit drinking. I'm done with this. It's no good
That's
for
right.
me anymore. So that's one of the things. I know that we're running a little bit long but this is such a fascinating
Okay.
conversation. You also really try to, not try, you really help people to set goals and help them with planning. Um, can you just mention a little something about them, and then
Yes.
I'll let you go.
Okay. Yes. So, on an interview with someone that I would do, they more or less share with me what they try to, what their goals would be, whether it be, like I said, in relationships or work, or maybe starting a new business, selling a business, retiring or something. So I have effective methods to improve. Um, to Hold on a second. So I have effective methods that I've come up with. It's a plan that the client and myself come up with, whether it's a 1 month, 2 month, or 3 month. And there's um, weekly goals, monthly goals. There are um, uh, uh, I'm losing the words. They are checkups. That's what I was looking for. There's checkups we do to see if that we are going forward. Um, and the goals, one of the goals is the client themselves have to be willing to work the program, work the methods that I come up with. And it's not cast in stone either. I am open enough that if someone is uncomfortable with something that I am okay with, and they say, well, I'd like to try doing this, it's fine. Because if the more comfortable the client is, the faster, the quicker, and the more committed they will be to achieve that goal. So,
Frank, doesn't that, and let me ask you a question. With you being open like that, doesn't that kind of show that you're really committed to the way that they're thinking as well?
I
Because you're
believe so.
giving them,
Yeah.
yeah, you're giving them a say in
Yep.
their
Uh,
own coaching.
But that's the goal. The goal is
Yeah,
for Zach to say, well, I'm going to do this. And my response is, that's a good idea.
yeah,
Let's go with it.
yeah. Here are the tools, get to work.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So, and what
Um,
about planning?
the planning is part of with the goals. Um, the plan would be what I have come up with. This is the plan that I use. And again, I've done this with other people. I went through this with coaches to be a coach. So I know when you say about a plan, the plan is kind of open until we both know what the goal is going to be. And then we can come up with a plan. Because some plans, I've helped people in 2 or 3 sessions. And then there's some people that have called me, big plan, and they don't call you back. So the other thing I do is, or I don't do, is I'm here to help you. I'm not here to chase you. To come on, come on. No, no, no. This is if you're serious, I'm here. And if you're not, that's okay too, because whenever you are serious, I'll be here like you. I talked to you yesterday. So
I think again, that's giving somebody the tools, they have to use them. You know,
yeah,
here's
yeah,
here's the tools. Here's a little bit of a guide,
yep,
never instructions. Here's a little bit of guide on how the tool has worked.
mhm,
What are you going to do with it?
yeah.
I love the idea that you don't chase people around. So, first off, nobody has time to chase anybody around. Uh, Frank, one last question for you. Comfortably uncomfortable. And I know that you've mentioned it before, but can you give everybody just a little snippet of what you mean by comfortably uncomfortable?
Okay. Um, we all have comfort zones that we live with every day. Um, it could be smoking. It could be eating candy. Um, it could be binge watching something on television. Now, or I'll go with losing weight, working out at the gym. People are comfortable doing certain things, but to grow and learn and move forward, you have there has to be a commitment from the person, a willingness to say, okay, I'm going to be uncomfortable only because it's new. It's not that it's impossible. It's you're uncomfortable because you never did it before. And myself, after I've done some things that I never did before, I went, wow, I didn't realize it was that easy. But when you're stepping outside that comfort zone, it can be uncomfortable. And the phrase comfortably uncomfortable really says it all. Try it, like be uncomfortable for a minute or two, then go back.
Yep.
Step at baby steps, baby steps.
I love it. I love it. Try it. You might like it. I'm always telling my sons, hey, look, be good. Try it. You might like it. I
That's
know
right.
they won't, but hey, whatever. Frank, how do people get a hold of you, my friend?
There's my cell phone, there's my website and my email address on my card, and I sent it in my bio information that you
Yep.
wanted also.
Yeah,
Okay.
and you guys will have seen it flashing across the bottom of the screen throughout here. It's also going to be attached to this video, so you can always go on there. The website is frankmonteforte.com. That's frankmonteforte.com. Frank,
www.
right. frankmonteforte at gmail.com. And your cell phone number is
347-886-0019.
so thank you very much. Frank, come back sometime. So
I love you.
I've appreciated this more than you'll ever know. This was a good time for me. And please, if anybody has any questions for Frank, get a hold of him. If you're having a little bit of problem getting a hold of him, just call me and I will introduce you to him. Wonderful, wonderful man, wonderful, wonderful story, and just a wonderful program. So Frank, thank you so very much.
Thank you. Thank you, Zach. Thank you.
Hello world, my name is Z, or you can call me Mr. Z. I am a web developer, and I am also a consultant at Z World Webs. My one goal is to develop custom websites that are specifically catered to your organization's needs. I completely understand that building a website is an exhilarating, exciting, and significant step in connecting with your audience. Your organization has Z potential to make a meaningful impact, whether it's supporting animal rights, advocating for equality, combating human trafficking, or honoring the brave individuals who have served our country. Your mission is too important to be held back by the challenges a website can present. And I am here to ensure that your website works for you, not against you. Whether it's maintaining, developing, or redeveloping a custom website that is specifically catered to your needs. And with that being said, I would be more than delighted to learn more about your organization and, of course, develop a website Z World is waiting for.
With the two podcasts, the two last podcasts, today and last Wednesday with community impact, one of the things has become very apparent. And I think it's really important that we think about this. And that is, our experiences in life can lead to learning and support for other people in so many ways. I love it for the shock factor. Okay, I do love it when I say never shut up. People look at me like, what? Oh, huh? But it's true. Frank could have given up when at any point in time. He could have looked at it, he could have said, you know what, my childhood sucked. So I'm going to be one of these people who go out there and nobody expects much from me, so I just give up. My childhood sucked. I'm done. But that's not who he is. My childhood sucked, but that's a part of my life, not my life. As we talked with Mr. Les Simpson earlier in the week, last week, we learn more with our life experiences than we ever learned in school. Because after we're done with school, we can focus on what's important to us. We learn by knowing what we need to survive. As a point of fact, we could watch hunting shows our entire life, yet never go hunting. If we get into a situation where we've got to hunt to live, there's no guarantee that we're going to be good hunters. Somebody who's out there and they're hunting every day because that is part of their life, they're going to have an advantage over us who have watched TV. Live your life. Live your life. Allow your story to mean something, not just to you, but others. Never shut up. Make sure other people are hearing what you have to say. Make sure other people are experiencing the knowledge that you have, because that knowledge is so important. You never, ever, ever, ever know when what you're saying is going to matter to someone else. You just quite simply cannot know. I mean, you really can never, ever know. We're working with the kids at Arizona State University to build the Come Together Compass. And the QR code right below me is for people like Frank who are taking their profession and making something of it and being there to help people, to support people. The Come Together Compass is going to have an AI function. It's going to have it's going to have the ability to connect communities with donations. It's going to have and it's all going to be about helping people at the worst possible times in their lives. Someone who needs help with rent, somebody who needs food, somebody who needs because we don't want this to be the worst time in their life. So we're working on a project. We're working on a program called the Come Together Compass, where we are taking the wonderful things that people are out there doing, like this wonderful coaching program of Frank's. And we're going to tell you about them. We're going to put them out there and we're going to say, hey, this is Frank. Guess what? He's doing this great thing in support of you. He can help you. He is offering help. If this sounds like the way that you want to try to enrich your life, we invite you to get to know Frank. We introduce you to him. He can help you move your life forward. One other important thing that I think that we need to remember here, you can never move on. You can never expect to move on. Moving on is just I don't want to say it's impossible, okay? It's illogical. Moving forward is proper. You should never forget the good. You should never forget the bad. You should always learn from everything. When we learn, we win. We all know this. Winning is important. Learning is important. Hey everybody, the app is out and we need you to download it, and download it now. Right up here is the app. Let's get it downloaded. It's available on all Google Play, in the Google Play Store. We're still working on the iOS, so give us a little bit more time. You can help by donating today, help us get it onto iOS, but download the app now. Let's start making your purchases count for other people. Count for the small businesses that we work with, and count for something that you care about. Do you know somebody who needs help? Introduce us, because we can help support them. Are you a small business and you want your sales to mean more than they ever have before? Come and join the Community Pay It Forward program, because we are on our way to building something so much more important than business has ever been. Your sales can support other people. I want to thank everyone for joining us this morning. If you have any questions, please get a hold of me, 970-909-0751, 970-909-0751. You can also email me, ZAK@communitypayitforward.us. That's ZAK@communitypayitforward.us. You can also go to the little person button on the bottom of the website, communitypayitforward.us. Click on that, and we'll get back to you as soon as possible. We're looking for volunteers now. These volunteer jobs could eventually turn into paying gigs. So if you want to get real life experience in building a real program, contact me. Thank you very much again. And please remember, all of us can change lives. If you're not helping someone, you're hurting everyone. No one needs to go it alone when we all come together. And please, please remember, we need you. People need you. Let's take care of each other. Love somebody out there, because somebody out here loves you. My name is Zach Clayton. I want to thank you so very much. We'll see you next week right here on Footprints Forward. If you want to tell your story, contact us now. Your story will change someone's life.